Hello, beautiful people. Today, you and your awareness. Talking about trusting your awareness no matter what. I've got my guitar out today. I want to share with you a song that I wrote called Shine. That's all about this awareness. And what if you, being you, is actually what the world needs right now in this moment? Hello, this is Rebecca. How are you? Thank you for being here. We're here remembering our greatness together. We're diving in so we can rise high. Thanks for being here and joining the tribe. Be sure to click like and subscribe, and let's dive in here. So, your awareness. How many times have you not trusted yourself? How many times have you trusted someone else over yourself? How many times has someone said, this is how it is? And you've said, well, this is how I see it. And they're like, no, you're wrong. This is really important work, guys, is to have our awareness and trust it. Even if we are looking at something like, wow, this seems really cool. This seems really like the next thing. This seems like spiritual evolution. This seems like, I should be on the bandwagon of this. Even if you tune in and if it feels heavy, that is not your soul's journey. I've recently had an experience with this. I kept feeling guided toward a certain body of work, and then all of a sudden, where they were going with something, I was like, oh, hands up, like it was no longer a match. And I felt like there was something wrong with me. I felt like, wait, I should do this. Oh, and maybe I'm not evolved enough. No, and it's, that's a bunch of crap. The thing is, guys, your awareness knows. Your awareness is your the source part of you. And your soul has a journey and experiences that it came here to have. And if you're feeling like something's heavy or not a match anymore, follow that awareness, because that's the awareness that only you can have. A medium or someone that's channeling another energy doesn't know more than you. And that's where, especially on YouTube, we can get a little mixed up, guys. Like, you are the sovereign awareness of your life. And if someone is telling you different, walk away. Guys, you have all the knowing that you need. Now, we can get a little mixed up with some energies that are trying to block our highest awareness. So that's something to be aware of, and that's something for you to be aware of, not for someone else to say, oh, this is what this is what that is, and you're being, so what you got to do is tune in and say, where am I? You can use questions. Where is my highest self? Where is my highest self sanctioned at source? Okay. We have so many aspects of ourself, and sometimes that can get confusing. Sometimes we could be listening to messages from different parts of ourselves that are kind of strewn all over the dimensional universe. And so, what do you want to be getting your awareness from? If you are in an awakening or an ascension process, you may want to ask some questions around, where is this information coming from? Okay. And a lot of times when we are growing in the light, there are some forces that try to come in and sabotage the light or direct us in a different way so that our soul can't go on that journey, on its highest journey. So being aware of that is helpful. And that's what I've learned recently, and I'm really grateful for that. So I'm really seeing why my soul was attracted to some of this new work and new information. And I really can see why it's now done with that information. And I can really see why it feels complete with that body of work for now. So guys, tune in. Who and what is your lightest self? Who and what is speaking as you, through you, okay? And get really clear of your awareness, the light and heaviness of it. So if it's for your greatest, highest good, it will feel light, okay? And if it is not, it will feel like it's collapsing on itself, okay? It'll feel heavy and contracted. So when you are, there's so many things that we can be following, right? There's so many videos, there's so many spiritual practices, there's so many tools, and they come in handy at certain times in our life. It's really important not to follow blindly. And it's really important not to take someone else's awareness over yours. So really cultivating and practicing feeling your own awareness. What feels light, what feels super heavy and dense. That it will guide you, okay? You can also feel it with your emotions. Okay, you can feel, and really there's only one emotion, right? There's two emotions: feel good, feel bad. Okay, and we break it down into all these little um, explanations of emotions, like anger and blame and shame and grief and positivity and hope, and we really break it down frequency wise. But really there's feeling good and there's feeling bad, there's light and there's heavy. And so breaking it down into that simple way really has helped me. So when something's light, I'm going forth. Now, recently I was reading some information that a lot of my colleagues are into. And so I was reading it and I couldn't help just feeling so heavy. And I was just like, we were being guided to watch this video to see what timeline we wanted to get on and stuff. And, my curiosity wants to watch the video, but everything in my being is like collapsing on itself, like just stay away. Now, we have free will and we have free choice. And I have something called anti-consciousness. I'm having the awareness and the consciousness to just not even go to that video. Yeah, my curiosity is like, I could totally go choose it and just watch it just for the entertainment of it and just to feed my curiosity. But once you have information, once you see something, right, you're swayed. So for whatever reason, my soul and my highest self is like, no, don't go there. So I am going to follow that. My curiosity is piqued, but I think I'm going to just follow my consciousness. And so whenever we are having an awareness and we have this consciousness, yet we choose against that, that's called anti-consciousness, okay? And I have lived anti-consciousness for so many years. I'm really starting to be like, okay, let's try something different. Having awareness as a teenager about certain things and certain things that teens were doing. I totally felt, that I didn't want to party, that drinking was almost poisonous to me. And then it was, there were certain things that I was just like, I don't want to live this way. And it felt super heavy, but I didn't know what else to do. So I went against that consciousness, went with my boyfriend at the time, and just, we would go to the parties, we would do certain things. And I would just be like, I'd come home and I had a lot of depression as a teen, because when you go against your own awareness and your own consciousness and you choose against it, it doesn't feel good. It can feel like depression. It can feel really low and agitating and unclear. And so now, finally, at the end of my 40s, I'm kind of being like, you know what? I am committed to following my own consciousness and awareness. I have to say, I haven't had a long bout of depression in years now. If I do feel funky, it maybe lasts maybe a day, maybe half a day. So following your own awareness and trusting your knowing above anyone else's is super key to awakening and aligning with your ascension process, your personal evolution, your soul evolution. So I wanted to share a song This is called Shine So Bright. And we all have our own capacities, right? As individual souls that are connected to the whole and unified. Uh, we have that spark, that unique gift that we came in this embodiment to give. And that's what this song's all about. So I'm really excited to share this song with you. Here we go. All that we know, all we are, we've been taught is so bizarre, dependent on another force, when all along we've been the source. Who would you be if you knew who you really were? How would you feel if you could trust your own word? What if you could shine, shine, shine so bright? You'd help the world come alive. Like letting go of the hands that feed them. Children, get ready for more freedom. Open to a different way where you always know you're okay. Who would you be if you knew who you really were? How would you feel if you could trust your own word? What if you could shine, shine, shine so bright? You'd help the world come alive. Ooh, who would you be if you knew who you really were? How would you feel if you could trust your own word? What if you could shine, shine the only way you shine, and help the world come alive? What would it take for you to like you? I know it can be so hard to do, but what if being all of you? What if being all of you is the world's next breakthrough? Who would you be if you knew who you really were? How would you feel if you could trust your own word? What if you could shine, shine, shine so bright, and help the world? You help the world come alive. You help the world come alive. You really do. Our planet is a living being, and by you coming alive and awakening and raising your vibration and activating your DNA, we get to offer lightness to the planet so she can make her ascension as well. So guys, don't hold back. Trust who and what you came here to be, and come into this knowing, and start to really know the difference between the source that is you and other spiritual forces. Okay. There's lots of things out there, and this isn't to scare you, but there's like entities and dark forces and falling angelics, and there's just a lot of energetics. Okay. I like to simplify everything and see everything as a vibration. Okay. And so there's vibrations out there that don't match with your light being, with the source of you. And sometimes they can manipulate us to start getting us to think that they are us. And so that it gets kind of creepy. So if, I was just talking to someone I did an interview with this morning about sleep hygiene and spiritual hygiene. These kind of things are important. And for a long time, I didn't realize that I needed them, because I was just like, oh, just keep my vibration high and, I'll be safe. But the thing is, sometimes when your vibration is super high, that's when sometimes they can try to snuff out the light, right? So it's just super easy to put some protection up and just kind of align with higher frequencies and, put like a dodecahedron around. You can use sacred geometry. You can use just whatever you want to use that feels light to you to put like a little bit of a shield around your high frequency. That can help sometimes, especially if you're going out into a denser area. And so it's just learning about what your awareness is telling you. So if you say like you're walking down the street and you see a dark alley and everything in your body goes like this around going down that dark alley, don't go down there. But if you actually have to get to the other side, just, raise your vibration up high, put a little protection up and head on down. Ask for, tune into your source energy and your ascension team and just ask for guidance and protection and say, I'm walking down this alleyway. I'd like to be just unscathed. So guys, trust, trust, trust. And that's like a muscle. Trusting your own awareness is a little scary because you have to rise up to who and what you are when you follow that awareness. I've been trusting my trusting, and I shared an awareness I had with, a friend, colleague recently, and it didn't land with her. Okay, she told me that she had a different awareness about me and things, and she got scared of me, and she got off the phone, and it was hurtful. And then I realized I had some kind of I was buying into her awareness over me. And I had to let it go. I had to be like, you know what, I'm going to trust me no matter what. So we're going to have these situations that come up with friends, family, colleagues, where, our awarenesses don't match. And that's when maybe we can practice allowance or we practice detachment, So allowing of each other's different paths and different awareness, or really detach from the relationship that's turned toxic. Because if you're not willing to be an allowance of someone's awareness and you're going to put down their awareness, that's disempowering someone. And that's a pretty dark force. You never want to disempower someone, and you never want to get someone to distrust themselves and disempower them. If anyone is doing that to you, or any messages that you're listening to on Facebook is doing that to you, just sit back and ask, is it time to detach from this information or this person or this work situation? We always want to be around people that are building us up and allowing us to be what we are and allowing our own awareness to cultivate. So, beautiful people, shine on. What if you, being you, having the courage to trust your own awareness, what if that was the thing the planet was really craving? And what if that is what could really shift things here on the planet? So be you, do you, as my teenager says, my youngest says, do you, or it sounds like a you problem, Mom. Yeah, all of this is a you problem, right? Like, learning to trust ourselves. Okay, only you can do that work. Only I can do that work for myself. We finally come to the moment of like, I am sick of doubting myself. I will stand in my power and stand in my knowing and my awareness. I am a sovereign connection to source energy, to prime creator, and I am that. I am that. Right? So source, God, you are that. And if you are that and you have that connection, like you have all that knowing that comes from there. So trust it, trust yourself fully, but do get into discerning on what energies are around you and working you and manipulating you. So you really, that's what's really great about sitting in meditation with you, because you get to know the quality of you and you start to realize what's you and what's not. And then you ask some questions. Who is this? What is this? Oh, and it's nothing to get freaked out about. You just kind of say, see you, because your free will and your intention is super, super powerful in the unseen world. Beautiful people, beautiful one. Shine on, be you. Thanks for being here. Namaste.